365 Days of Sport.
Yes, that's it. It's another edition of 365 Days of Sport, officially the greatest sports radio show on the planet. And to my right is a man that, unbelievably, I was roadieing for another Kiwi band this week.
Oh.
And when I mentioned that I happen to know Rob Bryars from Revolver,
Well,
they actually knew who he was.
reputation precedes itself.
Unbelievable.
What? It's not that unbelievable, is it? Really that unbelievable?
Well,
we weren't huge, but we were known.
Known, yes.
Musicians were paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not so many numbers of the public.
No, just
Yeah.
musicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all right. You know,
Quite a narrow scene in New Zealand.
We were
by
favoured by
sound.
the critics.
Oh,
Yeah, apart
oh.
from one in the New Zealand Herald, but everyone else gave us 4 and 5 star reviews.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very good.
So
And
disappointing.
but the one comment was from a couple of the boys was, whatever happened to those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's currently most of the time drinking, sitting on the couch, betting on horse races.
That's it.
Yeah, trying to get his life back on track, taking the short route rather than.
Is that what it is? The short route, yes.
Yeah. This is my new theory. Don't work hard. Don't have discipline. Try and find shortcuts. Be
Yep.
lazy. Take a big punt and just see how things pan out.
Flying in the face of
Yeah.
logic.
Yeah, and
basically.
what happens is you end up with holes in your shoes and you can't afford to buy new ones, and your car's been sitting on the side of the road by your mate's house for about 9 months. I know, I was just thinking today, by the way. I love the way that it's just become this standard tag for the show.
Yep.
Officially the greatest sports show.
Well,
on
it
the
is,
planet.
officially.
Because what I was thinking back to is when we very first started making our little camcorder videos.
Yep.
Which were not of a high standard.
No, they weren't.
And I remember when you used to pitch that to people about having a look at things, your main tagline for that was, well, it's not shit.
Well, I was proved right.
This is a man who's got 20 years sales experience,
Yeah.
and his tagline was, it's not shit.
It's not shit. There you go.
And now we're the greatest sports show in the world.
Sports radio show.
Sports radio show.
You got to get that right, Rob,
Okay.
because that's the official part.
Okay. What's in the news?
What's in the news? I'm going to go. It's not really sporting, but it has kind of a sporting
That's
kind
fine.
of twist.
I'll be all over it.
There's a school in Texas that basically requested to the public to help rename a school. But nowadays, when you open up things to be renamed, you get the usual kind of pundits in there trying to
Okay.
make fun of things. So top of the nominated names for this Robert
to rename the school.
They're going to rename the school because I don't know.
What's it currently called?
Robert E. Lee Elementary School. It's in Austin, I
Maybe
should
Robert
say.
E. Lee is not a good man. Or...
Perhaps they found
probably in
something
the
in his
Ku-
past.
probably in the Ku Klux
Probably-
Klan or something.
kept slaves and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
type
one
of
of
thing,
those
so he's
things.
probably
Yeah,
not
yeah.
cool
Okay.
anymore. 5 of the names that came in as recommended. The Drew Brees Elementary. Now, Drew Brees is a quarterback for New Orleans Saints.
I see.
Bruce Lee Elementary, going with the Lee...
Actual Bruce Lee?
yeah,
The
Bruce
martial
Lee.
arts-
Yeah. The John Cena Elementary School,
John Cena?
the wrestler.
Yes.
Adolf Hitler's School for Friendship and Tolerance.
Oh, okay. Right. Now that's having a laugh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Schoolie McSchoolface. You get that one
Are you
quite
sure
regularly.
you didn't get this off some piss take website?
No, this is genuine. This
No
is
one's going to call this school Adolf Hitler School for friendship and whatever else it was. You're having a laugh.
This is what the names came in to be nominated
Is
as
it a
this
school for racists? It's a Nazi school.
It's in Texas, so yes.
Okay, yeah. We're sick of this progression. We want to go
Yep.
backward.
34 people actually submitted nominations for the school to actually keep its name.
I see.
Why bother?
Like the New Zealand flag effort.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the nomination process began March 29 and ended April 15. The top 10 nominations are Donald J. Trump Elementary,
Oh, Jesus.
45 nominations. Robert E. Lee Elementary, 34. Russell Lee Elementary. I'm not sure who Russell Lee is.
He's his
Harper
less
Lee,
famous brother.
who was a famed...
Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird.
That's
author.
it, famed
Yep.
American author, that's it. Elizabeth Ney Elementary. I don't know who Elizabeth Ney is, I'm afraid. 8 nominations was Adolf Hitler School for Friendship and Tolerance.
What is that?
Walter Creek Elementary. Now, Walter Creek's got a history, but I can't remember what it is. Now, the other one that stood out was the Adam Lanza School of Fun.
Adam Lanza?
Now, Adam Lanza was the person behind the Sandy Hook massacre, where he shot 20
Well, what
children
is
and
going-
6
I
teachers.
mean-
They've opened it up to public
Oh,
nomination.
I
This
see.
is
So
it.
there's lots of piss
So they
take
said,
ones
we-
coming in.
Yes.
Now I'm with you.
Yeah. So at the moment, Donald J. Trump Elementary is winning.
Trumpy Wumpy.
Could you believe that in Texas? No. We need to find out who actually won. Schoolie McSchoolface, probably. Or Boaty Mc... Well, the other one was Boaty McBoatface Elementary School.
Okay.
Doesn't really work, does it?
Well, we'll bring that for next week. We'll give the result.
What else happened this week? Friend of the show, or your friend of the show, John Daly.
John Daly. Oh, yeah. I talked about him once on Greatest Sporting Benders.
Yeah,
so
he's a friend of the show now.
Yeah, I know him well.
Unbelievably, he's won a golf tournament.
Well done, John.
Yes.
Turning the corner. Back on track.
Let's hope so.
What was the climactic point of the round?
Well,
obviously the last hole.
Well, yeah, indeed. He actually finished with 4 bogeys to end his round. So he must have been 5 shots clear with 4 or 5 holes to go. So there you go. John Daly is 51.
Is he that? Wow.
And he hasn't won since the Buick Invitational in 2004.
Okay.
So that's a bit of a barren time, isn't it?
That's a bit of downtime.
That's a long time between
drinks.
drinks.
Does he still have a huge blonde mullet with a bowl cut?
The mullet's calmed down, but the belly's got wider, and he's still got an outrageous taste in clothes. But
great.
I saw this very briefly on the news this week, and what was hilarious was when he sank the final putt, his girlfriend/wife/partner ran onto the green to celebrate, and she was wearing Stars and Stripes hot pants to match his Star and Stripes.
And I assume she was wearing no top?
She was wearing... This is the seniors tour, Rob. Come on, calm down. So, unbelievably, and then all the other players in this tournament, well, not all, a couple, all ran on with bottles of champagne and poured them over John's head.
Okay.
But John tried to steal the bottles and drink as much.
Is he drinking these days still?
I'm not sure. I think he is.
I think, I'm
pretty sure.
He's conceded defeat.
Yeah, that's right. Although we found out that he was addicted to Diet Coke, didn't we?
Yeah. He just walked around the course the whole time just drinking Coke. Not good for you. Oh, well, the champers, what was it? I assume it was high quality stuff.
Oh,
he just bathed in it.
I don't think he really cared.
Was he doing sort of bit of a nipple clamp body leather type of arrangement as it was being poured? It was became quite sexual and sensual.
Yeah, he's still smoking though. Apparently, still tabbing away on the golf course. That's why they don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he's still embracing all these things. He doesn't change. He's a man of the people.
There's a report in that renowned purveyor of news, the Charlotte Observer. Why do we like John Daly, who has long been peripheral to his sport? We like him because he grips it, he rips it. We like him because he appears to spend no time in the weight room, but blasts his drives anyway. We like him because he seems like a regular guy in a sport where athletes dress up and the unconventional are dressed down. We like him because his life is as messy as ours. We like him because he's different. We like him because he has fun. Congratulations, John Daly. Welcome back. How good's that? I love that.
Oh, fantastic. It's great to have him back. I think that we have to cue the song Hit Him Hard after that.
Have you got it?
I tried to find it, but I think I've taken it off the playlist. I was getting about... The thing is, look at my playlist now, because of Worst Song in the World.
Yeah.
I've got like the worst music collection of all time on my playlist.
And it is the worst collection.
Oh, well, good on you, John. Is there anything else in the sports news this week?
In cycling news this week.
Cycling news?
Because we cover all
cycling news.
Giro d'Italia. It's on stage 4, and Slovenian cyclist Luka Pebernek broke away from the field and got about 10 seconds clear.
One of those solo charges.
Yeah, he did a solo charge, which he thought was coming towards the end of the race.
Yep.
So he's absolutely flown out the blocks with about...
He's a stayer. He's like
trying
to bolt out there and see if he can hold it.
Yeah, but he tried to break away.
Yeah.
So as they came into the kind of what he thought was the finishing straight, broke clear of the pack, and as he's going over the finish line, he's just pulled up, arms out, celebrating, smiles and everything else.
Yeah.
There was a lap to go.
Oh, he's done that one.
He's done that one, yeah.
Did he jump off the bike and stuff and do a few cartwheels and start celebrating?
Well, no, but what happened was, as he sat up, arms out, stretching, 150 riders rode past him at a lightning pace and overtook him.
He huffed and puffed anyway.
The 2015 Slovenian national champion didn't realise he still had one 5.9-kilometre lap of the finishing loop still to go, which explained why the field basically let him go and charge off as quickly as he did. He actually finished the stage 148th.
Well, that's one of the world's great balls ups, I think.
It says, I love this tagline. That's also probably how many times his premature celebration will be replayed over the next few days. So
has it been coming through thick and fast on the online?
I've seen it a few times. Yeah, I've seen it everywhere.
At what point did he have that sort of moment of panic where he's
about 250 metres past the finish line? As he's kind of, I'm thinking, something's wrong here.
Something's wrong here. It sort of
it's
reminds
quite
me of
funny.
once I heard about a clip of a skydiver that jumped out of the plane and was going, I'm the man, and then all of a sudden realised he didn't have a parachute on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they got it on film?
Yeah, on film. I'm not sure what the how things worked out. It's a pretty ominous time, though, I'd imagine, at that point in your life.
Yeah, we should ask our man, friend of the show, Dan Tottle, what he would have felt. Did he just have to cling on to someone?
I actually don't recall. I have a feeling it may have not worked out. So, I haven't seen the rest of the footage. Pretty awful.
Yes.
Yeah. And definitely far worse repercussions than just not winning a race.
Are you watching snuff films in your spare time? What about these Kiwi rugby league players after the test match last week?
Yeah, just a bit of cheeky, bit of Charlie, you know.
Is it rife in New Zealand nowadays, this
it was played over here, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
No, it's just in Australia, the market's bigger.
It's more readily available.
More readily available.
So we've got All Blacks in France.
Yep.
We've got rugby league.
Everyone is smashing the gear.
Everyone's smashing it. Just not in New Zealand.
Just no one reports it if some meathead who's in sales for a bank or something decides to go smash it. No one cares. But if you're a sportsman, again, it's this whole role model thing. They're not role models.
So the Kiwis got beat by the Aussies. What was it, 30-12? Jesse Bromwich and Kevin Proctor then got caught out celebrating. Mm-hmm. Why are they celebrating getting smashed?
Well,
they're getting smashed
They weren't
celebrating.
celebrating. They were just getting smashed.
Yeah.
It was a sorrow, drowning sorrows.
Yeah, well, obviously.
I think there was no other way around that one. They had to do something to lift their spirits. And I've heard Cocaine's rather uplifting. I wouldn't know firsthand.
Wouldn't you? Okay.
I definitely
wouldn't know.
Well, look, I mean, at times in people's life, they get down, they have things to deal with, they struggle, finances can dry up.
Is that what it is? Is because they lost, they were trying to lift their spirits?
They have to find a way out. You're in a hole, you got to dig yourself out of these things. Now, look, I'm currently in a minor financial hole. I'm all right. Okay. I can just keep plodding along the way things are, and it's fine.
Well, we can all do that.
But there's various things in my life where I really need to get some money to get in and sort out. For example, I've not had a car for a couple of months now. I had the one from work, which was going well, but my car, that one died. It almost got killed on the Westgate because it conked out.
The work car died?
The work car died.
Well, that's unfortunate.
So now I've got to get my Toyota Corolla fixed up. Rusty, the world famous Rusty. I'm estimating the cost of around $750 for that.
Whoa.
I want to go to Fiji in a couple of months, $800 for that. My phone's hopeless. The battery runs out after about 40 minutes. $50.
40 minutes?
Probably, it honestly does. It's pathetic. $50 for that. I reckon I need some new shoes. I've got holes in my shoes at the moment. I'm having to put cardboard and plastic bags underneath. $150 there. I haven't paid the Foxtel bills, another $150, so hopefully it doesn't cut out mid-show here. Need about $300 worth of clothes, and for other random incidentals, $500. So I currently need a sum of $2,700 to get life back on track for Roberto.
Yep.
Now,
don't forget that money you owe me as well.
Well, that's way well back.
It's outside of this 2.7.
That's definitely not important. But we can chuck it in there for fun. What's that about? What's
2.5? Yeah.
No, $1,900 because I paid the rent that time for you. Remember?
Anyway, so it's about $5,000. Yeah.
Okay, so let's make it even five. So we need to come up with that sum of money in this show.
In this show?
Yeah. But we're going to do. One would think that at this point in time, it's time to knuckle down, be sensible, concentrate. Discipline, focus, save, have a savings plan. I reckon, nah. Let's just get on the punt.
Death or glory.
Yeah. Let's just blaze away. Let's find some horses.
Horses?
Yeah, horses, footy games. Yes, my good friend from work, Tony Pino, has put on a bet for me via my Ladbrokes account.
Right.
Of which has now earned me $250 in bonus bets. Free money to bet with.
That's not bad, is it?
$250. We had to turn that $250 into $5,000 in the next hour.
That's not bad.
Now, what I've done is I've employed a special guest to come into the show. Someone I've known for a good 3.5, 4 years now, I think, roughly. Fortunately, this young man is a very keen punter. And I first encountered this when I had a day at Stakes Day. And he was sending me tips via text, and I turned $25 into $700. All we've got to do now is turn $250 into $5,000, just add a zero. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you, Mr. Jonny Ioannou. How are you, Johnny? You well?
Yeah, good. How are you guys?
Yeah, very well.
All well.
He's a young man, 22 years old.
Yep.
He was 18 when he started at work, I think.
Yeah, fresh
right
out of high school.
Well, Mum was worried he didn't have a job. He dropped out of uni. She was all
Macca's got rid of me, so I had to find something.
Got fired from Macca's.
I like to say I resigned, but I didn't get fired anyways.
Forced into resigning.
So anyway, we've been putting together a strategy of how we're going to make this $5,000 happen.
So, John, what is your strategy to help Rob turning $250 into $5,000
in 1 hour.
In what?
We get on the punt. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
We're going to gamble our way out of it.
Yeah, racing.
I mean, racing. Footy,
what race is on tonight?
We got Cranbourne.
Cranbourne.
So our main
Quality
main target,
horses?
race 5. Oh no, shithouse. Most of them.
It's Friday night.
Yeah, most of them are on their way out. But it's
So-
okay. We'll find something.
So realistically, we have to work in a way to get Rob. Well, all things being equal, 20 to 1,
Yeah.
250 at 20 to 1 is $5,000.
Yeah.
That's all we got to do.
That's all we got to do.
We've got 4 chances at it.
Four chances.
chances.
$62.50 per
Well,
pop.
that changes the odds, obviously, because 250 at 20. So
Well,
anyway,
yeah, we need to
speculate to accumulate, as we
Yeah.
like to see.
What do you feel qualifies? I mean, you're here as a gambling specialist, a consultant. What do you feel qualifies you as a worthy consultant, apart from some things I mentioned earlier?
You know all about my Olympics marathons. So I think that surely
Yeah.
gets me up there. And
Pity the
Yeah.
Olympics aren't on then.
Yeah,
is it?
yeah.
oh well, no, Rob, take it away.
One day at work, Johnny left his Facebook open, and it flashed up a message group called the Gamblers Helpline. And I was a
Ooh.
bit concerned that Johnny
Yeah,
was,
I would, yeah.
had been getting things getting out of control. And I was actually talking about gambling at the time,
Yeah.
and he made a very quick exit, made a run for it out the door. And I was like, oh shit! And I saw this Gamblers Helpline thing. I was like, oh man, he's got a gambling problem. He's freaked out because I was talking about gambling. No, that's what him and his mates just as a piss take call their chat group.
Yeah, it's more or less to help each other find the
yeah,
punt.
that's right.
Find the punt.
For example, but during the Olympics when that was on, Johnny's routine was he'd finish work, he'd go home, he'd go to bed at 6 p.m,
Yep.
wake up at midnight so he could punt on the Olympics in the middle of the night and then go to work. After 2 weeks, he was up $4,000.
Oh,
Betting
became
on water polo.
Water polo enthusiast.
oh.
I can tell you all about water polo.
The
if you want.
Hungarians would have won it for you.
I became a massive fan of the Croats.
Oh, the Croats,
yeah, the
really?
Croats. They did me
Yeah.
well quite a bit. And
Yes.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
Oh, superstar.
Ah, yeah, well, they would have been
$1.50.
short
But
odds.
you know what? I'll tell you what.
$1.50 for Phelpsy.
Yeah, $1.50.
Yeah.
The one race he didn't win. What do you
bet.
reckon that's one I jumped on? Butterfly. Unbelievable.
5
So,
races.
so we've got Cranbourne. We've got, what's the footy tonight?
West Coast versus Western
Yeah.
Bulldogs.
There must be a dogs meeting Friday night somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have a punt at the dogs somewhere.
well,
yeah, we'll find
Dodgy
something.
greyhounds. So we've got, at this stage, early days, we've got for West Coast, Josh Kennedy, kick first goal. It's a sure thing.
doable.
$6.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
come on.
Yeah.
I mean, you've
So
already won. If
we've
you
got-
check your lab race
yeah.
account, it's there.
Yeah,
We've got
they paid you out
62.50
already.
on
Paid you
that.
out early.
And we've got another $62.50 on Barefoot Tycoon.
Barefoot Tycoon.
Number 5. He
Ooh.
was second favourite. Now he's backed into favourite.
Yeah,
Well,
keep
that's a
checking.
good sign.
Shorter and
That's a
shorter.
good sign.
Shorter and shorter.
I'm just feeling excited. I feel like this. I'm turning the corner.
Beautiful.
Positive
Brilliant.
energy. I
All
think
right,
that
so
should be-
how are we looking for time on this first race?
I think it's coming up. According.
Barefoot Tycoon, you'd hope it'd get the run behind Patient here. If you can get off the fence and get around the corner safely, you'll take a hell of a lot of beating.
Righto, everyone. So we've got race 5 here at Cranbourne.
$3.50.
We have got Barefoot Tycoon to bring home the big dollars. First recommendation by Jonny Ioannou.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm quite confident.
Yeah,
I am.
confident.
No,
Good.
I believe.
Appreciate it.
Been looking at the form and looks like it's been well backed in as well. So you boys might be onto a winner.
Definitely effortless. This will definitely go towards
The Rob
the
Fund.
redemption of my life.
Not too much pressure on the old horse.
What's the lane? Are we in lane 3?
Barrier 1.
Barrier 1, 300 metres. Sorry, 1300 metres.
Blue, white stripes.
Come on, go. 300 on the line here, people.
Oh, getting testy. Testy in the gates.
And we're off.
Dallas Storm came out of the gate very quickly. Barefoot Tycoon not flash or
Ah, shit.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, he's going up the inside now.
It's over already.
He's recovering now into the inside.
Barefoot Tycoon, Ready View, then
Go.
came Dark Instant.
I like it. He's sitting well. He's
I
sitting
can
very
feel the
well.
tension in the room already. It's
They're gonna pan out and give him the gap.
Got a good run home, apparently, this horse.
Patient has the rail, a neck between them.
There's a little gap there.
Plenty of gap.
Into a lovely spot behind the 2 leaders. He's 2.5.
Oh, he's
lengths
turning
away with the
sideways and
ball.
doing all sorts.
Outside. Then Ready View.
4 lengths back.
It's okay, sitting third, sitting third.
Fourth, third now.
On the outside, making
We need a win.
if you will, and forget about mapping and last
I'm liking it, Rob. I'm liking it.
Yeah, these ones will die.
Come on. Oh, shit. Give him the gap.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Give him the gap.
Oh, the one on the outside is looking even better, though.
Oh,
Robert the Hero.
Oh, it's a big cluster. Get out of that. Oh, no, he's been boxed.
Checked. Got checked.
Got big check. Has he got the finish? Something huge. Come on.
come on.
Go.
Come
guys. Go. Go. Wind it up. Get on.
And no.
I need to get my car fixed. What is that?
Great start.
Disaster. Disastrous effort.
I told you Robert De Hero, didn't I?
That was... Oh, I'm not
Did he get
happy.
up?
Oh, my... I looked at that thing all day.
$8.50, lads. Always go with the pun.
Absolute disappointment. Well, what can I say? We've still got the footy up next, and race 6.
And race 6?
Yeah, so I'm really confident. There's just a little bit of a hurdle to overcome. I think we'll be all right.
Just need positive energy, Rob.
Yeah.
Bit of positive energy.
Stay positive.
It's going about
There's
as well as
too much negativity.
Gambler's ethos. Stay positive.
Stay positive.
Just stay positive.
Have belief. We regather. And we get on to Greatest Sporting Benders. Greatest Sporting Benders, I'm just living the dream, man. Greatest Sporting Benders, here we are, and we can lift ourselves out of that little rut with that race there, I think, with some inspiration from this particular gentleman I've come across here.
It's still the favourite section of the show from
Really?
all and sundry.
People just like drunken stupidity.
I think so.
Yeah. Now, I've gone with my usual thing of trying to find an odd sport with which you would not associate drunken stupidity.
Yeah. Croquet?
Tiddlywinks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Now, I really didn't think to get anything, but what has come out of it is a lot more than Tiddlywinks, actually.
Loving it. Loving it.
The basic headline was A Life of Sex, Booze and Tiddlywinks.
Oh, here we go.
Now, this is a bloke named the Earl of Kimberley. He was an aristocrat, born 1924, passed away in 2002. The performance of this man is just something unparalleled by anything I've ever come across in my entire life, and it can only be applauded. I'm just going to simply start reading what I've got here. The 4th Earl of Kimberley, who has died aged 78, achieved a measure of fame as the most married man in the peerage. Once known as the brightest blade in Berks, he worked his way through 5 wives in 25 years before settling down contentedly with a former masseuse he met on a beach in Jamaica. Jonny Kimberley was a jovial extrovert whose interests included shark fishing, UFOs, and winter sports. And for much of the 1950s, he was a member of Britain's international bobsleigh team. He's quite an all-rounder. He's done a few different things, not just tiddlywinks. There was a serious side to him too. He played championship tiddlywinks, as mentioned. He bred prize pigs, and as a Liberal Democrat spokesman in Lords, advised the electorate to vote Conservative, whereupon David Steele, now Lord David Steele, sacked him. Once on the Tory benches, he took a keen interest in defence and foreign policy, although not in social reform. This is a quote, a very interesting quote with the young man. "Queers," he declared, "have been the downfall of all great empires."
Oh, really? Going
He's
back to
blaming the Queers.
Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what the fall of the British Empire was about. It wasn't that these other countries
All those
developed
Queers.
developed their own history and culture and found their own independence. It's all the fault of the Queers. However, in his it was his frequent trips to Yalta and those shortly thereafter to the divorce courts that most naturally caught the eye of the public. His first marriage in 1945 was to Diana, daughter of Sir Peter Lee. Now, Kimberley didn't last too long for this one. He already knew that he'd made a mistake. "I couldn't stop it," he said, "because the king and queen were there. I was in my best uniform." Several years ago in racy memoirs, which were then unpublished, he wrote that on honeymoon, he had more fun chasing mice around the bedroom than his new wife.
Oh, there you go.
And within a year, the marriage was all but over. "I gave the butler a note to her, saying that it wasn't going to work out, and that since her mother was sailing for America that night, why didn't she go too? That night I found a lovely girl, and I realised what I'd been missing out, and that was not having a proper romp. After that, I never stopped." Disgraceful man. "Sex, I just couldn't think of anything else," he recalled later. He claimed among his conquests Eartha Kitt, Glynis Johns, and even tipped his hat at Princess Margaret.
Oh, nice.
Though she declined the honour, apparently.
Oh, right.
And one night he was caught naked by an irate husband in the hotel cupboard.
Good effort.
So he's really putting in a fair effort.
Done
this
well.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's doing very, very well. His second marriage in 1949 was to Carmel Dunnett, one of 5 daughters of Mickey Maguire, sometime welterweight champion of Australia, apparently. It went quite well for 3 years, the Earl remembered. Then I found out that she had been knocking off one of my chums. I wasn't all that upset, but it was the fact that one had been made a fool of. They were divorced in 1952. She was later murdered in Spain in 1902 by her third husband, Jeremy Lowndes.
Oh.
So yeah, I would go for infidelity over murder. So that's some sort of upside to the Lord, the Earl of Kimberley. Number 3 was Cynthia Westendarp, a Suffolk farmer's wife, whom the Earl met at Newmarket. After she contracted polio, he invited her to recuperate at Kimberley, his seat near Wymondham, Norfolk, and she never moved out, apparently.
Oh.
They were married in 1953 and divorced in 61. 3 years before that, he had sold Kimberley. He sold the place, saying it was the easiest way to get rid of Cynthia. All I could think about was buying a new Aston Martin. So he's got his priorities in the right place, this man.
Yep.
Now we've just realised that the footy's being on here. We have got a bet. Who have we bet on, Johnny?
First goal scorer, Josh Kennedy.
Josh Kennedy.
You got all out of you.
Gone all right into it. We've got $62.50 for part of my multi-bet.
Well, I'll just fill you in what happened, Rob. He marked it on the 50. Mm-hmm. Instead of shooting, he decided to centre it. And, no
Intercept
good.
mark.
Intercept mark. Josh Kennedy in the goal square. Couldn't get there.
Okay.
Oh.
So we're still in the ballpark.
Still in the ballpark.
No scoring yet.
1-0. 1-0 to the West Coast. Where the Eagles. West Coast Eagles.
I looked at the rankings of the footy songs, and that is number 1 worst song, officially.
Oh, is it? Officially?
Yeah.
There's a furore this week about... they've actually been looking into... You know the re-recorded songs from the 80s with all the the bands and the choirs? A lot of the choirs have sung the words wrong. Hawthorne is definitely in one. Collingwood have 2 mistakes in theirs. Essendon is wrong. Richmond's wrong.
Really?
Yeah, Carlton's wrong as well. They've actually got the words wrong in the official club songs.
They can't just go for a bit of a correction and sort of re-record.
Well, this is what's come out. Somebody's actually sat down for the first time.
Do you know what the mistakes are?
Collingwood is...
Is it just the wrong preposition at some point or something?
Well, yeah, but they sing like... What's the first line of the Collingwood song?
Good old Collingwood forever.
And what's the next line?
We know how to play the game.
In the official club song, in the recording, it's good old Collingwood forever. They know how to play the game. So it's like a third party singing about Collingwood, not the Collingwood singing about themselves.
Well, the Earl of Kimberley continues.
Back to it. This man's prolific.
Next up was Maggie Simons, a 23-year-old fashion model. She refused to sleep with him until he proposed marriage, which he did within a week.
Oh,
Of course he did.
Smart man.
They were married in 61, but apparently we both drank a fair amount and had fearful fights.
Ooh.
Kimberley's 4th divorce came through in 65. He was 39. 4 divorces by the age of 39.
Puts me to shame.
His first marriage in 1970 was to Gillian Raw, and that was a disaster from the word go, apparently. She
Rob,
was very...
news from Subiaco, Western Bulldogs have a shot for goal.
Oh, no.
First game back.
How far out is he?
35 on the 45, as they like to say.
Shank it. Oh, no, this is an absolute disaster.
And it's over. We're out.
Down the guts.
0 from 2.
0 from 2. This is a disappointing start. Right, get on to race 8:30 race.
Yeah. Start doing the form for that.
He's got strong hands, apparently.
Very disappointing. Is he a ruckman? Who is he?
The big boy.
He's a big
Red Pal. He
fella.
did his knee last year. First came back, and what a way to introduce himself.
Oh my word! Well, that's just absolute disappointment. When's the run going to end?
I don't think it will, Rob. I think you're doomed.
I think I'm doomed until the end of days.
Stay positive, Rob.
Yeah, positive energy, guys.
There's no way my car's getting fixed. I can't get my flights to Fiji. I can't buy some shoes with no holes in them.
Can you just roll up again? First goal kicker in the second quarter.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, let's deal
As
with
a
sponsorship
single
there.
bet, you can get price boost as well, possibly, couldn't you? Might double your odds, Rob.
They love the odds boosters,
Yeah.
Ladbrokes.
Yeah.
They're all over it.
We should make him a sponsor. I mean, we just said their name 3 times, guys. I mean,
Well, we
give him a
got
call out.
definite.
We got contacts everywhere now.
Do we want some more from the Earl of
Oh,
Kimberley?
yeah. Keep going
keep
with
He's
Kimbo.
really going well. So in 1980, he did admit he's an alcoholic. He said that it came from helping to liberate Brussels in 1944 and World War II.
Yeah, of course it
Was
is.
the beginning of my downfall. After capturing an almost inexhaustible supply of champagne, he kept a crate in his tank, regularly refreshing himself.
Brilliant.
I spent much of the war tight, and when it was over, I couldn't stop. By the 1970s, it had begun to affect his health, and he joined Alcoholics Anonymous. He later became the vice president of the World Council on Alcoholism and a member of the National
not bad.
Council.
So he liberated this cachet of champagne in 1942 and then admitted he was an alcoholic in 1980.
Yeah.
It only took 38 years for him to realise that, I'm probably drinking a bit too much.
Yeah. Well, but as it was, though, this did not prevent him in his later years from consuming a bottle of wine each day. Although, as he pointed out, this was an improvement on previous years.
Was he a Tiddlywinks champion? Are we going to get into his sporting prowess?
Well, it doesn't actually say anything about that.
Oh,
It just
okay.
sort of says that he played Tiddlywinks competitively,
Yeah.
and he did represent the Great Britain in the bobsleigh.
Still a very
Well,
good
that's-
effort.
You know,
Yeah.
it's mentioned.
But if he was drinking a bottle plus a day, obviously the bobsleigh and everything else, his boarding kind of achievements, he obviously clearly was drinking at the time.
He's all over it. I mean, at 19, he went up to Magdalene College, Cambridge. His studies were cut short when he got drunk at a nightclub and accidentally enlisted in the Grenadier Guards.
Grenadier Guards.
He finished the war as a lieutenant. Looking back on his life, Lord Kimberley admitted, "I'm not very proud of what I've done." He believed that his marriages had taught him that you have to work very, very hard at them. If you strive for perfection, he considered eventually you'll find it. So good on him. You know, he was obviously a complete arsehole. I think at some point he actually got drunk and ran over a pedestrian and killed him as well. There's been a few blemishes on the record there.
Yeah.
What can you say?
But he lived a full life.
Do you think you'll ever achieve those sort of heights? I mean, you're 22 years old, Johnny. Do you think you'll really be able to get anywhere near that sort of achievement? In terms
Will you
of
bobsleigh for Australia, Johnny?
I don't see it happening anytime soon. I mean, there's a long time to go in my life, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But at this stage, nah. Don't think so.
Having a lot of problems with the knees, aren't you?
Yeah, the knees are no good, Beefy.
22 years
At 22?
old.
At 22.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
There's not much juice there.
Yeah.
There's not much.
A lot of bone-on-bone action.
Yeah. So we might need to find something a bit more easygoing sport-wise. And definitely I could be part of this bender maybe 20, 30 years away.
Yeah, don't give up on yourself.
No, of course not.
Stay positive.
Yeah, positive energy.
We'll have to find a sport for Johnny that involves no knees. Cycling roll-off.
I'm
He
pretty
loves
good.
his eating contest.
Yeah,
Speed eating.
Before we went away on the 365, all he cared about was the hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, that's what I
really?
asked about the most.
Yeah.
Disappointed, Rob, you didn't get to it, did you?
No,
You
we
didn't
We
actually
didn't get to it. That
Independence
was,
Day on Coney Island is
that
where
when it
the
was?
Nathan's World Championship hot
We
dog
didn't
eating
get to
is.
any eating contests, actually, did we?
No, I did. I went to the Dandenong Donut Eating Championships.
And did you partake?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Well, we better focus. It was 8:30 is the next race. Is that
8:30 is the next race, that's correct.
Okay. Have you lined something up for us, Johnny? Have you done some research?
well-
Do we need to have a look at the form?
I think we need to look at the form.
Okay.
And I think we might be going all out here and just find a massive one at odds and just hope for the best, Rob, because that's all you got at the moment.
You don't want to go safe. You want to keep blazing.
Nah, I
away.
want to get Blaze away here.
Yeah, good.
You got to
Okay,
win,
yeah.
what, is it 2,700 tonight?
Yeah. So let's see. So of the 5,000 required, how far short are we at the moment, Johnny?
5,000.
5,000. Okay,
Nice.
right.
And 0 from 2.
0 from 2. So my 250 bonus bets have gone now down to 125.
125.
Comeback time.
Stay positive.
Okay, we got coming up race 6 in Crabman. Is it coming up shortly? Vadove.
14-1, guys.
14-1.
Here it is.
62.50 on him again.
that's
So this is an 800 return.
Yep, and my mum once told me, when in doubt, back the toppy. So that's what
always
we've done
the
here.
top
Back
eight.
the toppy.
Back the toppy.
So take your mum's advice here.
What colours are we looking at here? What does it look like?
We've got purple with a yellow cap.
Is the race up? We're up and going. We're ready to roll.
Well, we're ready to
Coming
roll.
Right up. All
Ready
right.
to roll.
Let's see. Here we go.
Racing to the 800 metres mark. Passover doing it strongly.
Sitting at fourth, it's okay.
Nice. This is looking good on the at the top turn. He's coming.
I think he's going backwards.
No, he's just looking for a trail. He's looking for the slipstream. Nah, he's finished, lads. He's finished.
Yeah, he's finished.
He's gone.
The jockey's put the whip away.
He's third last.
Pathetic. Run!
Make that second last.
He gave up ages ago.
This might come last.
No! Oh, you absolute heap of shit.
Last! He came last!
Came dead last.
0 from 3.
It's a Silver Trail, $2.60, the favourite one.
What are we going to do about this?
Unbelievable, fellas. Unbelievable.
My word.
Rob, 0 from 3.
I mean, there's greyhounds to go, some harness racing, we'll find something.
Well, should we cheer ourselves up with a bit of worst song in the world in the meantime? Is that something we'll be after? Is that going to make us feel better about life?
So he played the first song that came to his head. It just so happened to be, it was the worst song in the world. It was the worst song in the world. Listen to the song and it's clear you're wrong, because the words don't fit and the song is shit. You're a talentless kid. You suck!
Now, because of Johnny's coming on today and this world first interactive show, I chose this. I found this totally by accident, and I thought it might just sum up the show. And the way you're travelling at the minute, it probably does, because it's not an official kind of single or anything, but it is sports related, and I'm just going to leave it there.
On a warm summer's eve, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler dude. We were both too tired to sleep, brother. And we took turns staring out the window at the darkness, dude. And the boredom overtook us, brother, and he began to speak. He said, bro, I've had a life, brother, out of reading people's faces, dude, and learning what the cards were by the way they held their eyes, bro. And if you don't mind my saying, dude, I can see you're out of aces, brother. And for a taste of your whiskey, dude, I'll give you some advice, brother.
You know that whole, you know the song.
So I handed him my bottle, dude, and he drank down my last swallow, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish we had the whole thing.
I know, he did. I don't think he did the full thing, but Johnny, do you know who that is?
It sounded like Hulk Hogan.
It is Hulk Hogan. There you go. Hulk Hogan doing the gambler.
Wow, I mean, it was quite apt, that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, apt being the fact that it's the worst song.
Well, it's the worst song. It's about gambling, and it's just got a bad vibe, and we're just losing
because of the negative energy.
The negative. That's all it is.
When I found that this week, I thought, yes, this is our worst song in the world. Hulk Hogan doing the gambler.
He really didn't pay attention to the rhythm of the guitar and stuff. So he went for absolute vigor. What setting was that in? Was this what was the function? He wasn't like just getting interviewed after a match and just
no. He was doing a radio show, and all of a sudden he broke out
into the gambler, brother.
Well, thanks for that, Hulk. That did cheer me up a little bit.
Yeah, good.
Okay, well, we need to start strategizing for our fourth. This is really the be-all and end-all.
There's so many possibilities.
Do you know what I think?
So many possibilities.
I used to love a punt. If in doubt, Red Dog, number one.
Red Dog, number one?
Inside lane?
Red Dog, number one.
Yeah.
I reckon that is the one. So I think,
that's
wherever we may be, if in doubt, Red Dog.
Now, just while we're here, you're obviously currently studying sports management degree. Is that good? Do you think this being on the show will increase your professionalism and your approach to...
not at all.
Not at all.
I don't think it's advanced anyone's career, including mine and Rob's.
It's certainly not helping financially or at this point.
We found a dog.
We found a dog.
The Red Dog's favourite. Rob, it's rock and roll tune.
This is it.
Do Wagga, Trots, number one, rock and roll tune. Because you're a rocker.
Yeah, that's it. Rock and roll tune, confirm. It's in.
So after preaching about betting on the Red Dog, we've ended up on a trotter.
Rock and roll tune.
Called Rock and Roll Tune. The mobile's off,
Here
Rob.
A
lot of interest here. Rock and roll tune, the one after a long layoff.
So we're away.
He's on the inside. Oh, I don't like the look of it already.
Number 9 is going to lead after 220 metres.
I think you might as well turn it off now, Rob.
I think it's all over this one. You can't trot that one back.
Up on the outside then was
Still got 2 laps to go.
and they're being followed through by the inside runner.
Or is that him on the outside with the white hat?
Nope, it's the one that's
on the rail.
On the rail, third.
He's alright, he's going easy.
Come on, you donkey.
He's our jackpot horse tonight as well.
Ooh, jackpot
An
horse.
extra $300 for the connections on the outside as they come down to the judge with a lap to go.
I'm not liking the look of this.
Nor am I. Might have to go early.
Give him a run on the inside. Nah, there's no gap there. What's he going to do in trots, honestly, with a big cart like that?
He'll force his way out now. Here we go.
That's the issue.
They're all bunching up.
And our one's dropping back.
Here we go, Rob. It's picking up a bit of pace.
Oh, hello.
Look at this.
Hello. What we got? Here we go. Look out. He's in third.
He's going to come out. He's going to come out.
Come on.
Here we go.
Come on, Rob. Whip it home.
Come on.
Looking for the sprint lane. He's coming. He's coming.
Homer.
Come on.
Here we go.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Push.
Come on.
Go.
Whip it home.
Yes.
He's coming.
Yes.
He's coming. Yes.
Yes.
We're back.
You beauty. What a performance.
Positive energy.
Oh, look at that.
You brought that home, Rob.
Oh,
You brought
very
that
happy.
home.
It's a positive energy.
Yeah.
Positive.
Yeah.
Oh, here we come. Boom.
That was a big boom over the top rock and roll tune.
Well, there you go.
Called it. Good
I
call,
did,
Beefy.
I did.
Beefy.
Nice one. This is what we need. So we've been picking them. Get Beefy to pick them.
Yeah.
All right. I'm up and about now. Yeah. Next race.
We got Geelong in 57 seconds, Rob. What are you liking?
Oh,
There you go.
So happy now.
Rock and roll tune.
Rock and roll tune. Rob
How's
the
that
hero.
to brighten the atmosphere on a Friday night?
Oh, I'm so happy now. I really am.
You can buy some new shoes, maybe.
Well, I don't have the shoes. Maybe I can. What do I got on the list? I get my phone fixed. There's $50.
Yeah.
So I'll cover that.
Some socks.
Of course, I kind of had that before we even started.
Well,
no,
that was exciting, wasn't it, for a couple of minutes? Rob, do you feel like you're a champion of the world now?
Even though you're blue, so you can still be the champion of the world. Yeah, I'm taking it global, man.
Taking it global.
Taking it global.
Do you want to be a world champion? How about sitting on a shovel and racing down a skiing type thing? Downhill, snow shovel racing.
Probably not the top of the list, but is that what you're proposing?
This is it.
You're sending me to the snow. Do you not recall how much I went
Yeah, you love the snow.
I hate it.
Hey, if you want to be a world champion, Angel Fire Resort in New Mexico holds the Snow Shovel World Championships every year.
Okay.
The premise of this is you sit on a snow shovel with the handle between your legs and you race down the hill.
Yep.
That's it.
Another downhill one.
Another downhill one, which it requires no effort, no fitness.
What are you thinking of this,
A
Johnny?
little bit of a fear factor.
I can foresee balls on sticks.
Here's an interesting fact.
Castration is on the cards.
Well, you could wear a box. When the first Winter X Games came along, they actually included snow shovel racing in the very first Winter X Games.
And then they decided it was a bit rough and tumble. And
No, somebody nearly died.
Oh, there you go.
Because they got up to about 70 or 80 miles an hour on a shovel and wiped out.
What?
Yeah, and wiped out, and they thought, oh, this is a little bit...
Miles?
This is too
That's
dangerous.
140 kilometres an hour.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking, Rob?
They actually deemed it too dangerous for the X Games. Now, we've seen snowmobiles doing double backflips, and yet shovel racing is too dangerous for the X Games. So there you go. You can be a world champion if you want to sit on a shovel and race down a hill.
And so this is what you're proposing that I do to become a world champion. What do you reckon I'm going to say to that?
I mean, I want to be a world champion.
Yeah, just against all logic, against all my complaints about cold. I don't like going fast. You could have come up with a better one for me to be a world champion.
Well, there's enough. We've got
something. I mean, I'd rather play backgammon or something.
I don't care.
Yeah,
sit on a shovel, race down a hill, go quicker than everyone else, and you're a world champion. Simple as that.
What's the prize money like?
Doesn't matter. You're a world champion.
Well, Rob,
matters to me.
5,000.
Yeah, I need $5 grand. I'm still $5 short.
Actually, Rob, I think the prize is $5,000.
Well, there you go, Rob.
Well, okay, now we're
Let's
starting
get
to
there.
talk yeah. In fact, we can make it a sponsorship type of thing.
Like it.
Raise funds for Rob to slide down the hill.
Yeah. So the Angel Fire Resort, New Mexico, in the US of A.
All right, I'm in.
Brilliant. Love it. Right, next race. What's the next race?
What have we got?
Have Ladbrokes paid out yet, Rob?
Well, what do we do here? We're currently in pursuit of the $5,000. I've turned $250 into $160, but that was almost gone, so that's pretty good actually. And I've just received a text from the current girl I'm seeing, and I chose to respond to that rather than put the bet on first. And
so
I just
missed
out on doubling the money back to 300 odd.
Quite disappointed.
So that's pretty poor form.
It is unbelievably poor form.
Yeah.
You let Beefy and I down.
Yeah.
To be honest, Rob.
In fact, you need to have a good hard look at yourself and realise that there's more to life.
Well, we'll just win the next one.
Well, if you want to take the punt seriously, Rob,
you
can't be doing that.
Oh, no.
All right, you got 5,000 to chase here. And
5,000.
You're playing games.
Yeah.
Do you want the five? Do you want the
just playing games, Rob?
Do you want the 5K? You got to ask yourself that.
Well, no, I only really want the 2.7. The other 2.3s for him. So. Geelong Race 8, the Greyhounds. Crackerjack Pest. That's going to win. It's favourite.
What's the pain?
Market mover, $4.50.
Where's it coming out of?
One.
Done.
Okay, Crackerjack Pest is on at $50.
Right, we're getting towards the end of the show, Rob.
Towards the end of the show. Okay,
where are we at?
We've got 2 races left. We're in the Dogs at Geelong, and we've got Crackerjack Pest. Favourite. He's been well backed in, and he's in lane 1. Yeah. Here we go.
Trap 1, he's got out. He's out. Trap 1 on the inside.
He's on the inside, looking good.
Come on.
3-dog race. One has hit the lead.
Come on.
He's a strider. Hang in there. Get out of it, 7. Get out of it, 7.
Crackerjack.
Come on, Crackerjack.
Come on,
Crackerjack.
Come on.
Yes. Yes.
Rob Tom.
Yes. You beauty. Bomba. 250.
Go the Red Dog.
I love it. Here we go. Now we're back. Foxtel Bills paid.
We don't have Beefy's money.
What were the odds on? What did he get?
Well, I'll tell you what. If judging by how things are going, we get on in Geelong here, and we might be able to pay you. Because if this comes in, we've got $3,000 coming our way.
Nice. Last race of the night for us on air. Cranbourne in the horses. What have you got?
We have got a horse named Diamond the Lad. So I got odds boost to 300 to 1.
300 to 1.
Cheeky tenner on that one.
Oh my word!
It has to be cheeky.
If this comes home, gee, I might be able to stop eating out of bins.
He came 3rd in his last race.
What number are we looking at?
Number 11.
Crown Casino might get a hit if this wins.
Yeah.
So
300 to 1. There you go.
This is the show.
This is the show.
This is the show.
Comes down to this,
This
Rob.
is the life changer.
The next 45 seconds. And we jumped slow.
Very, very slow. If you can get to the front, it's a very slow pace. So if you can be at the front or near it, then you'll have
third last at the moment.
Okay, this is a genuine 300 to 1 at this stage.
Don't think it has much.
Well, okay. Anyway, that was a good show. Yeah. Enjoyed the show.
It's only cost you a tenner, that's all right.
This looks totally disinterested.
It's as if he doesn't understand the stakes involved.
Yeah, he doesn't realise that this is going to change my life.
Very selfish with this horse.
This is a bad horse. 1,200 to go, get the whip out.
So just an update, second last. And he's giving it all he has.
He's giving it everything to come last. He's last by a mile.
Make that 2 lengths last.
Well, it would have been a great finish to show the old 300 to 1 winner.
Just wasn't meant to be.
Just wasn't meant to be.
I'm actually quite happy with how things turned out.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
New shoes.
New socks. Yeah, balance of 430.
Oh.
And that's all real money from bonus bets.
That's real money.
I'm very happy with that.
I've succeeded.
Well, Beefy got the turned things on its head, and then we came through with I picked the other one.
So
actually, Johnny did nothing. You did nothing. As the gambling consultant, Johnny did absolutely nothing. He
should remember, Rob,
to the Olympics.
Yes, stick to the Olympics. You have to remember, Rob, that if you hadn't answered that text, you'd also been about another 150 up.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain what happened, Beefy?
Oh, I think Rob touched on it before. He got a text message from the new lady in his life, and that ruined everything. And that's a sign of things to come, I'm afraid.
I've no excuse.
Do you want to apologise to the listeners?
Well, not really. It doesn't affect them. It affects me.
It does.
Yeah, I'm feeling more sorry for myself than anyone. Yeah.
Oh, what a show! What a show this has been.
We're ending up with a profit of about $300.
So casino.
Yeah.
365 days of sport gambling special. I hope it's been a blast because for us it's been a rock and roll ride.
Rock and roll tune.
Rock and rolling. Nah.
Where will I be?